What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here, and we're going to be talking tonight about how to monetize your music in 2024. Now, if you were tuned in last night, we talked about the whole Spotify situation, right? We talked about how they're going to be demonetizing all songs on the platform with less than 1,000 plays. So that means that there's a lot of money that's not going to get allocated to smaller artists. It's going to end up being spent out to larger artists, anybody with over 1,000 plays specifically. All right. Now, right now, they're estimating that that's going to be about $40 million, if not more, that's going to get reallocated from small artists with less than 1,000 plays to everybody else on the platform. And of course, we know the bigger artists, the big major label acts are going to get the lion's share of that money as well. We're not going to get into that tonight because I talked about it last night. But today I'm going to get more specific about what you can do in order to make money. Okay. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is setting up a website. I delved into this a little bit last night, but I want to go even further, right? So when you see me looking down, I got my iPad in front of me. So don't think I'm not talking to y'all. Okay. And for anybody in the chat, say what's up, man. What's going on? You know what I mean? Be sure to drop a line. If you got any questions for me this evening, I will answer them. So you can drop them in the chat. I do see them. So I just want to let y'all know up front. Be sure to share this video as well. Yes, they are out here scamming, but we can't do anything about it. We can't change it. We can't, stomp on their headquarters. They're all the way in Germany or something like that. We can't pick it. We don't have anybody that's gonna fight for us, no union that's changing it. So we gotta be savvy as independent artists to do it ourselves. And that's what I want to get to. You know what I mean? So that's why I say website, right? Because the strength of the streaming platforms is music discovery, right? We can't really compete with the music discovery aspect because algorithms feed into that, right? But what we can have a say so in is the ongoing traffic that we actually lead off of our social media platforms. If you're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is that you're using, most of the time when we drop new music, we're telling people to get it on Spotify. It's become synonymous with the music release. I encourage you to tell people to go on your website. I know it's a different transition. A lot of people are not accustomed to doing that. It's a hard decision because you're gonna feel like you're leaving some money on the table. I'm not saying don't put your music on these platforms. I'm just saying lead your people, your flock, your fans, if you have any, to your actual destination, right? So having your own destination online means that no one else is going to be monetizing off the traffic that you bring in, right? Now, one site that you could use is called Bandzoogle. This will help you build a complete website you really won't want for anything at this point once you sign up on Bandzoogle, man. DistroKid recently acquired this company, and this is a website builder specifically made for the music industry. They've been around for about 20 something years, but DistroKid recently acquired them because they say, hey, we got some potential there. All right. Now, with Bandzoogle, matter of fact, let me go to the page just so y'all can see what I see, right? Let me share my screen. Boom. Put myself in the corner like so. Cool. So when you sign up with Bandzoogle, you're going to want to get this pro account, right? Now, as they say here, it's $16.63 a month, but that's if you pay annually. So that's going to be all at once. If you break it down into a monthly payment, it's going to be $19.95 a month. $20 a month is not a lot of money. I know people don't like spending money. It's hard for artists to make $20. All of that being said, this is going to be your best option because this is going to be your destination. This is where you're taking people. This is where you're going to be trying to make transactions. This is where you're going to be giving news and updates and putting all of your content. So this is very important. $20 a month is a small fee to have somewhere to take your fans, right? Excuse me. So you're going to want this pro. Everything else is cool, but the pro gives you unlimited, right? So number one, the basics, you get unlimited pages, you get to upload unlimited tracks and unlimited photos. If you've been on any of the other sites out there, you're not going to get unlimited cloud space, right? You're going to have to pay way more money for unlimited cloud space. So this is all you're getting for $20, right? You get SSL security, that's cool. Advanced fan data, which means that you're going to have all of your analytics. For those of y'all that are using Linktree and stuff like that, unless you pay for Linktree, they're only going to give you 7 days worth of analytics. That's nothing, right? What happens 2 weeks from now and you want to see your analytics? You can only see the previous week. Can't do nothing with that. You can't turn these people into fans. Just get a website. You can design it how you want it. You get custom design tools, custom fonts, video headers, different selling tools, right? They take 0% of your commission, which means any money that you make, you keep 100% of the profits. There's not too many website builders out there that's going to let you keep 100% of the money that you bring in. The distributors out there don't even let you keep 100% because they take 30% off top from Apple Music, Spotify, etc. It doesn't even come in for you to say, hey, don't do that. It's just by default. So this is one of the premium ways that you're going to be able to keep all your money. You're also going to be able to build a crowdfunding campaign. So you're not going to have to go to GoFundMe. You're not going to have to go to Kickstarter. You could literally drop a crowdfunding campaign using your own website, which once again, what does that mean? You're keeping the profits. You're not giving GoFundMe a 15-20% cut just for hosting it, right? You're going to be able to set up your own subscription. So for those of y'all watching YouTube, I'm sure a lot of your favorite YouTubers have Patreons, right? You don't need to go on Patreon. Sign up with Bandzoogle, get your website, and you're able to set up your own subscription natively through your own website. Doesn't matter if you got 5, 10 people to sign up. If you get them to sign up for $5, you give them exclusive content. That's $50 a month that you're going to have extra. You add that up over the next 12 months. That's what, $600 extra that you wouldn't have made otherwise. You wasn't going to make it on Spotify, I tell you that much. Also, you're going to be able to sell your music downloads, right? We've talked about that before. I mean, upload your single, put it up for $1. Why not? Got an album, put it up for $5, put it up for 10. Either way it goes, you're still winning because this is what you're doing. Like, you're not going to make any money off of Spotify, especially, like I said, if you have less than 1,000 plays, you're making zero and they're going to give your money to somebody else. So start thinking more along the lines of what is going to make people interested in me, what is going to make somebody like me enough to spend $1 on me. You're going to have to get maybe a little bit more entertaining, get more hyper focused on your content, dial in on your messaging. What is it that you really want the world to know about you, what you're passionate about, what you care about? These things are going to become even more important than they ever have. Think about the artists that you like and love. What is it about them that you bought into? What made you go to their concert? What made you buy their t-shirt? What made you buy their albums? What keeps you streaming their music on the platforms, right? You got to kind of transfer that energy into yourself. Not only will you be able to do that, but you can sell merch natively through Bandzoogle. So if you have merch, you can set it up. Sell tickets. You don't have to go through Eventbrite no more. You can literally sell your own concert tickets through your own website, especially if you're putting together your own shows, which I advise some of you artists to do. I don't know about y'all. I don't know where you're currently stationed at, but out here in Atlanta, you could get a small venue out here for anywhere between $300 to $500, right? If you get yourself 3-4 other artists on the lineup, make a 5-person show, tell everybody sell 10 tickets, 20 tickets, whatever they can, right? Each of y'all sell that for $20, $15, $10 don't even matter, right? If y'all got 50 people that show up and they spend $10 each, you at least break even. You get double that, that's $500 profit. And since you're the one that actually booked the event, you're the one that actually put the money down to do it, you will get the profits. You could break your co-headliners off if you want to, or you could work out some type of agreement that says I put the money up, I'm going to keep the profits, but you still created a show that's beneficial to not only you, but a community of artists. Y'all are bringing like-minded people into the fold because chances are, if you're getting booked by some of these promoters out here, you're on a lineup with 20 other people. The brand doesn't align. Everybody's doing a different style of music. By the time you actually get up on stage, only people still there are your friends, your family. You got 3 people left on the floor. We're not doing no more of that, man. Put together your own stuff. Now, I'm not saying in everybody's city you could get a venue for $300, $500, but just look into it. There's websites like Peerspace that'll help you get that set up for very cheap, right? Moving forward, you can also sell video and media files. This is something a little bit extra. Like if you wanted to sell your music video, some people do this with their NFTs out there. It's all in how you run it. It's all in what you want to do, right? You could sell custom videos, right? If somebody, think about what's that website? I forgot the name of it, where you could actually buy a celebrity video for them to shout you out. You could sell that if you got people that are interested in that. birthday shout outs, all type of stuff. You'll get your own tip jar. You're not gonna have to worry about uh PayPal. You're not gonna have to worry about Cash App. You'll have your own tip jar where people can tip you for what you do in your website, and you're keeping the money. You're not giving it out and splitting it with nobody else. You're just paying $20 a month. I already told y'all about the merch, print on demand merch, product bundling. You're going to be able to connect to Facebook Pixel. The thing about Facebook Pixel is that when you connect it to your website, Facebook is going to keep tabs on who's visiting your website. You're going to actually get that info. You're going to get access to that info. And that's going to help you run ads and target the people that have been on your website, and also target people that are like those people, right? So it's a literal cheat code, but a lot of artists don't know how to use it. You're able to create download codes, right? So if you want to say you got an album dropping for $10, but you say the first 25 people that get it, I'll mark it down, 30%. You could create a download code that takes it down 30%. They could get it for $7. They feel special, and you're still bringing in money that you otherwise would not have if you were still playing that Spotify game. I'm trying to get y'all out of the Spotify mindset, because Spotify cares nothing about independent artists, especially those that have trouble bringing traffic to the content on the site, right? At this point, Spotify, they're having trouble staying profitable, right? And this is the big thing. Most of their money is going out. They're paying Google for cloud space. Holding all of the music on the website is what's causing them to go in debt. So that's the reason why they're making artists pay, because they don't want to keep paying for it. If they could make some of you guys quit, cool, less cloud space. Plus, if you're still going to be producing songs that have less than 1,000 plays, they're going to use the money that you generate in order to pay the other artists so that they're not coming out of pocket. Just the way it is, man. So they're technically making small artists pay a fee, even though you're not coming up front. Inventory tracking, that's cool. You'll be able to keep tabs on what goes in and out. You could set up your own album pre-order, which is dope. I said discount codes already. You can put your stuff on sale. You'll also be able to report your album sales to SoundScan. There's no other website that allows you to do that. The only other place you could do that is through Shopify, and you got to get a third-party app to do that. You'll be able to build your mailing list, set up a electronic press kit for those of y'all that are trying to do tours, trying to get on big shows, showcases, and stuff like that, to actually, put you on the front line rather than performing with 20 other people. You're going to want to make an electronic press kit. If you're submitting to festivals, you want that EPK handy. You're also going to be able to develop your SEO tools, set up a tour calendar. You'll create your own smart links. So instead of using the link tree, you could use the one that's produced through your own website. Come on now. Let's get it. Create a landing page. And you can literally do a free trial. I think it's maybe like 7 days. That's not going to really do enough for you, but I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know Bandzoogle is the wave, okay? So don't sleep on building a website. That's the first thing. Next up, you're going to want to set up a marketplace account, multiple marketplace accounts, actually, okay? So you can set up on Fiverr, you can set up on SoundBetter, Songfinch, you can sign up on Hard Drive, which is a newer place where you could distribute your music and create a marketplace account where you can sell your services, right? So all these places, whether you're an artist, songwriter, music producer, music engineer, whatever it is that you do, you're able to sell your services, right? If you're a great songwriter, set up on Fiverr, set up on SoundBetter, Songfinch. You could create songs for moments in people's lives, birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, all of those things. You'd be surprised how many people actually go out and look for this type of stuff. I've done numerous amounts of these things. I've done podcast intros. I've created music for people's YouTube channels, all types of things. The industry is starting to catch on to this even more right now. Tidal actually just introduced a new feature on their website called collabs. And what this collabs thing is going to do is actually allow you to sign up, and it's going to give you algorithmic recommendations of other people that you might be interested in working with. And for anybody else on the website, they're going to get those algorithmic recommendations as well. to where they're going to put you in front of them. Then you're going to be able to actually DM each other through title to say, hey, I would like to work with you. So this marketplace concept, it's been in a lot of different gig websites over the years, but now the industry is catching on because this is another income stream for artists. And for anybody out there, just to let you know, performing these tasks, I've made over $50,000, right? That's not including streams, that's not including TV and film, that's not including features. Just off of doing these services for people, I've made over $50,000. Okay? So please don't be too shy to offer your services. I've been ghostwriting for other rappers. Me growing up as a fan of hip hop, I was never receptive to the concept of ghostwriting. My perspective has completely shifted because people will pay you for that. Some of these people that brag about being the best artist, they're hiring me. Anyway, the next thing that I would get into is sync licensing. That's another big one. Okay. Now, sync licensing is a tough industry to break into because you may not always have music that's ready for sync. But I just want you guys to open up your eyes, open up the horizons, and understand that this is something that's available to you. There's not a lot of gatekeeping. The only gatekeeping is people not checking their emails. Reach out every 3 months if they don't hit you. You know what I'm saying? It's that easy. So sync licensing is having your music featured in TV shows, movies, advertisements, etc. Every time your music gets played on these outlets, you're going to receive royalties, right? So if you get a song on VH1, every time that they play Black Ink Crew, if you're on there, you're going to generate royalties from the first time it airs and all the reruns. Then, of course, those shows, they end up on apps like Hulu, you know what I'm saying? Netflix, stuff like that. Once they go on the different streaming apps, you also receive royalties from people that watch those on demand. So this is another hack, right? Not to mention you can be paid up front for certain placements, companies, opportunities. There's a lot out here for you to get involved with, but you got to expand your horizons, right? I've got over 200 major placements myself, right? In all of these different mediums. I have music on NBA 2K22. That was a huge one, right? That landed me a $2,000 payout because it's 2K, so they pay you 2K to have your song on there, right? I just landed an independent video game sync today. This morning I got the update. That was a $1,500 placement for a small game that's not even popular, right? I split that half and half with the producer, but in value it was $1,500. I did a custom song for a publisher called SATV, where I got paid $1,300 up front, and then I got royalties on the back end every time that they landed a sync for it. I've gotten that song placed on ESPN. I've had that song played on NBA commercials, NBA G League commercials. It's been played on what's that other show? Blackish. So many other things. Like these are opportunities that are available to you. I'm not famous. I'm not the most popular person out there, but I'm making a living from doing these things, and I want to give you guys the information so that you could try to do the same, right? I've probably made another 2 or 3 thousand in royalties off that one song because they just keep placing it. Red Bull, Bally Sports, they just keep playing it. I have a song that I did with my friend London Elixir called Work that got played on HBO Max on this show called The Hype. That was dope. Made plus probably another $1,000 in royalties off of that song, right? Way more than what you would get off of Spotify. In order to make $1,000 off Spotify, you probably need uh 500,000 streams. Good evening, Black Seductress. Um, so I know everybody's question typically is, okay, you've been getting syncs, you want to talk about syncs, so how do I actually get involved? Right? A lot of people out there don't tell you how to get involved. They don't tell you who to reach out to, right? Well, I'm gonna give y'all some recommendations. How about that? Matter of fact, let me share my screen again. And we're gonna go to crucialmusic.com as a first option. Okay. Let me share my screen and we'll go to Crucial. Doing this in real time. Okay. This is Crucial Music's website. They're trusted by ABC, Amazon Video, Apple Plus TV, CBS, Chrysler, Cinemax, Fox, so many others, right? Well, Crucial Music is a non exclusive licensing company, and you retain all ownership of your music when you work with them. They give you 50% of any upfront fees. So let's say if, by example, they get you a placement worth $1,000, they keep 500 for doing the pitching and securing a placement on your behalf. You get the other 500. You also keep all writer shares for your back end royalties, but they will do a retitle of your song, so they can produce publishing royalties. Excuse me, for their company, right? So you retain ownership of everything. They're not buying the song off of you. They're just pitching it. You get paid when they place it. Okay. Another website that you could check out, and just so you know, on the website it says Got Music. We're an artist-friendly company dedicated to placing your music in blockbuster films. So they're actively looking for music. It says it in bold print right here. And those things that I just told you, it says it all here. Okay. Next website we're going to go to is In Style Music. They have very similar um, policies. Okay. You get on here, you see NCIS Hawaii, Love Island on Peacock, All American, The Cleaning Lady. These are shows that they get placements for, right? In Style Music, like I said, they have the same type of policy as Crucial. However, they prioritize exclusive songs. So if you have music on your hard drive that you've never released, you might do well sending that music to In Style Music as long as your music is clearable for TV and film, meaning that you have all original music. You're not using copyrighted samples. You know what I'm saying? If you're using anything from Splice or any of these other royalty free platforms, please make sure that you're manipulating those samples. You're not just looping them and putting drums on them, or else your music will be declined. I repeat, your music will be declined. Okay? Also, if you're able to create custom music, meaning if they send you an email and say, hey, we need this type of song, if you have the ability to create that type of song in a short period of time, let's say anywhere between 48 hours to 7 days, you'll do pretty well on in-style music because they a lot of times need music fast. Okay? Gonna keep going. Next up, we have Madden Flow Sync. All right, I'm gonna go to their website right now. Madden Flow might be entertainment, but yeah, Madden Flow Music Sync Group. Okay, so as you can see here, they're showing Deja Vu, which was placed in Netflix's Queen Charlotte. So they actually were responsible for the Deja Vu quartet cover. If you watch Queen Charlotte, you know that they did a lot of covers of Beyonce songs, Alicia Keys songs, etc. Some of this work was actually done by Madden Flow Entertainment. Avatar, Way of the Water, so many different others. They also do a lot of urban TV on BET, those Tyler Perry shows. They get a lot of placements on those. They secured placements in the Black Panther film, and they're ran by this guy by the name of Shad the Sync Placer, okay? He runs the company. He's the big dog. I'm going to go to his page real quick on Instagram just so you can see him. Because again, a lot of folks that talk about these things, they never actually, dang, where is Join at? Okay, so he actually spelled it correctly now. It used to be Placer with just an R. All right. Shout out to Sync Placer. I want to show you guys his account so that you can see it. You can reach out to him. He encourages that you send him DMs, whatever. All right. So, Sync licensing and music supervision via MFE Sync. Right. They got music on Madden, Trap Jazz on Hulu, All Rise. All of these, all of these promotions here are placements that his company has secured. Just keeping y'all up to date and in the loop now. Okay. Next up, I'm going to show you guys KPM Music. Now, KPM is a division of APM Music, which is one of the biggest music publishers in the world, especially when it comes to sync licensing. KPM, like I said, is a small division. It's easier to get to them. They're stationed out in London. I've gotten a ton of music placed through KPM Music. Old music at that. I got some music put in their catalog in 2018. It still gets synced to this day. Now, this is a library. This isn't a sync agency. This is a music library. They're a production music company, right? They do all genres: Afrobeat, ambient beats, West Coast hip hop, jazz, disco, whatever you could think of, they need it. Okay? Just giving y'all options. I have a song that's gotten on VH1, All American, TV1, so many others just through this company. My Little Fires Everywhere placement with Kerry Washington, they played my same one song 3 times on a season, right? Let me take all this off the screen, go back to my regular joint. Boom. Okay. Now you can also submit music to BMG Production Music. You know, BMG is one of the biggest music publishers in the world as well. They have a sync licensing division that you can reach out to. You can find them on Google, and they actually have a submission page for you. Now, another obvious but sometimes slept on strategy is participating in contests. I know some people watching this probably like, dog, I don't want to participate in no goddamn contest. I understand. Please believe I've done contests for years, got no recognition, got no love. But for the last 3 years, I've been thriving off of contests. Be honest with y'all. So at the end of 2019, I did a contest called Top Shelf Freestyle. And this was hosted by an artist by the name of Loaded Lux. Top battle rapper, one of the most legendary battle rappers through the whole Smack URL TV. You know what I'm saying? He was going on Instagram looking for the hottest rapper he could find. He ended up partnering up with the NYC radio station Hot 97. They turned it into a series. I ended up getting placed on the show. I was on episode 2, if I'm not mistaken. And that episode, no, episode 3. And that episode got over 100,000 views. They flew me out to New York, paid for my hotel and flight, everything, flew me back to Atlanta. I didn't win, but I got 100,000 people that was put up on J Nolan raps that would have never seen me had I not participated in that contest. The show ended up airing at the top of 2020. I've won $500 grants from music.com off of participating in contests, right? I won third place in the Honda Hot 16, which was also done in partnership with Issa Rae's company Radio, right? So that actually winning third place, I was able to win a meeting with one of Issa Rae's assistants and music division supervisors at the company, where I was able to get on, talk to her, play her music, the whole nine, give her my life story, everything. Access that I would have never had I not participated in that contest. Okay. Um, I want to feature with an artist by the name of Futuristic. There's a song out. It's the biggest song on my Spotify page, ironically. It's called Own It, right? Did a contest. I think I paid $10 for the beat. He was selling the beat in order to get an entry into the contest. I ended up winning. I didn't even think I was going to win, but I knew I was good enough to win. And I knew I put forth a good enough verse to get it. I got it. So in winning that feature, he released the song. In turn, I got 10% of the royalties for my feature. Just did a 16-bar verse. That 10% on that song now has over 700,000 streams across all platforms, right? I've made close to $1,000 in royalties off of that song just being 10% on a feature. And I would have never had that feature if I didn't do a contest. Okay? So I just want to broaden perspective. You know what I'm saying? And my mentality when I go into a contest is putting my best foot forward. Some people, they do contests and they just play with it. They act like they just want to get the attention of the artist. They don't actually put no effort into it. Their lighting is terrible. They're recording on a trash camera. I come in and make a production. I put my lyrics on the screen. I do it just as the same way as I would for something I want to present to people on Instagram, right? Not gonna half-ass it. I also go into it with the mentality of no expectations. I know if I put my best foot forward, I'm gonna be amongst the top choices. But I don't expect to win. And if I don't, I'm not mad. I'm not sitting back looking at none of the other contestants like, oh, I was better than him, I was better than her. Oh, I wasted my time. Because at the end of the day, it's just another exercise. Shout out to Otis Jackson. Oh wow, you've been grinding on the music for a while. Oh yeah, for a very long time. Um, I put my first project out in probably 2010, and before that, I was dropping mixtapes locally in my city when I was in high school. So I've been at this for a very long time. Um, but yeah, one thing you got to know is if you have real professional experience, you're among the top 5 to 10% in any contest you enter. So I already know by default, I'm ahead of 80%, if not 90%, just off of the time and effort that I put into my craft. Because my whole goal when I came into doing music was to be the best MC. So I was studying the Eminems, I was studying the the Jay-Z's, everybody affiliated with Jay-Z. Like I'm a student of the game, the Outkast, the Andre 3000s. I basically incorporated everybody's style into my style. So I know if I get the opportunity to showcase my ability to somebody, I'm going to wow them. And there's only going to be a handful of people that are going to be on that level if you allow yourself to get to that level. When I first started doing contests in like 2010, 2013, I was good, but I wasn't great at music. I wasn't great at rapping. I was good. I was hella good. But I didn't know how to captivate people. I had lyrics, but I had a really like I used to rap more so in the tone that I'm talking in right now. But now I have different vocal inflections. I know how to manipulate my voice and use it almost like an instrument now, right? I know how to manipulate my wordplay. I got so many different styles that I could choose from. I got 10 different flows that I could switch in and out of pockets within a 60-second verse to where people going to stay interested because they say you're really supposed to change flows like every 4 bars, maybe 8. You know what I'm saying? These are things to keep in mind. So, all of that being said, man, I want to try to help you guys get out of the mindset of being like almost childlike when it comes to the Spotify situation or the streaming companies. They're going to make decisions, they're going to take money, they're going to say we're not valid. They're going to want us to quit because they don't want to pay for our cloud space, which is what's going on with Spotify right now. But I want you guys to start looking at yourself as if you are a Spotify. I want you to look at yourself as if you are a Def Jam, as if you are a Jay-Z or a Drake. Not to say you're on the same level, but I want you to have that same level of respect for yourself, right? When you set up your website, have the same level of dignity that you would expect a Drake to have for his website, right? Don't put together no half-ass shit. If your images ain't good, get you some good images. Pay somebody to take good photos of you. Everybody has local photographers that'll do it for the Lolo. Get somebody that could go out on a sunny ass day if you got a decent camera on your phone. You could get some good photos. These are things that you just want to do. Some people out there are already doing these things, but I know a lot of artists that aren't. I know a lot of artists, especially in their mid 30s, that want to get on in the game. They feel like they've put time in, but they never put time in to develop their brand. They never put the time in to actually learn from the trends. They try to shit on the younger generation. For me, I feel like every opportunity to learn is an opportunity for me to grow. So, that being said, those are my strategies for you to actually monetize your music in 2024. I want you guys to rewind this video back if you missed it. If you came in here midway through, rewind it back. There's definitely some gems in there. I was hoping to get more questions in the comments over here. I'm gonna stay on for a couple more minutes. If anybody has questions for me, I will be happy to answer them. Um, and then yeah, that's gonna be it. So, Otis, if you have anything to chime in with, built by creatives, anybody else that's tuned in, I'm gonna give y'all a couple seconds. Wouldn't it be better to sell music on your own site than some of those platforms like Spotify? Yes, it is. That's why I was telling people to set up a website. That was actually the first thing that I went over. Um, Setting up your website is going to put you ahead of the game because you can select your own price. You're not driving content. I mean, you're not driving traffic to Spotify. Everything is coming to you. That means all the analytics are yours. I actually outlined setting up a website through Bandzoogle, and basically with Bandzoogle, you can connect your Facebook pixel, which will actually monitor everybody that's coming onto your website, which will allow you to retarget them at a later time. So when you want to do an advertising campaign, you can make sure that anybody that's reached your site, that advertisement reaches them, and then it can also cipher down to people similar to them. So that's definitely something that you're not going to have the capability to do on Spotify or any other streaming platforms. That's one thing that I've always hated about the streaming platforms is they don't give you access to who's watching. You know what I'm saying? You don't get names, you don't get locations. Only thing you get is numbers and demographics. So that's why I try to tell people to get a website. Not to mention, there's so many other things you could do on your website. You could sell your own tickets through your website. You could sell your merch through your website. You could sell access to a subscription on this website. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it's all in what you do. Like, what is your talent? What is your specialty? What do you have to offer to the world? These are things that people got to understand, and you got to have more self awareness than anyone else can have for you. Any other questions before I go? Yeah, boom, for sure, for sure. Thanks for tuning in. I can't pronounce your name, Makangani, Makangani. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm mad I messed that up. But yeah, man, trying to drop some jewels on y'all because I don't want to see artists going into 2024 feeling like, oh man, Spotify doesn't want to pay us for less than 1,000 streams no more. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna quit doing music. If you quit doing music, you weren't cut out for it to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Otis says, I just got into songwriting during the pandemic, so I'm still learning. There's nothing wrong with still learning, man. We're all still learning. I'm still learning every day. So we're all in the same boat on that one. Tapped in a little bit late, but I got some gems. Do you think a website is better than an already existing platform like Even or Bandcamp? I think that a website is a great base, right? So let's say if you sign up for Even and they don't let you in, which I just signed up for Even and I got I'm about to get onboarded on there. But if they don't let you in, then you still got your website. The thing about Bandcamp is Bandcamp just got sold, what, 2 weeks ago? Bandcamp got sold for the second time in 2 years. So the future of Bandcamp is actually hella uncertain. We don't know if they're still going to be around a year from now because they're getting tossed around like musical chairs. So the whole thing about having a website is whether or not anyone else is hosting your music, whether or not anyone else is advocating for you, you can always have that website. As long as you have the money to keep it alive, keep it up and up to date, you're always gonna have a digital footprint online for people to find you. And of course, with your website, you're able to set up a mailing list where when you drop a new song, the people that sign up, you send it to them. You know what I'm saying? You could set up subscriptions. You could set up ticketing. You could set up merch. It just gives you too much access to run your career yourself to overlook it. Personally, that's my view. Any other questions, suggestions, or anything before I go? I didn't even know you could add these to the screen like that. That's fire. Constantly learning. I'm glad I stayed on. But yeah, man, if y'all don't have anything else to say or comment or ask, then I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. I hope that you were able to get some good information. Like I said, if you came in late, be sure to run this back from the beginning. And got plenty more for y'all. I might have to reach out to you once I finish my little songs. Okay, reach out. You know what I'm saying? You can hit me at Real J Nolan on any platform. My email is realjnolan@gmail.com. You can also visit my website, pengameelite.com. It's going to be linked down below in the description. It's not there now, but I'm about to update the description in just a moment. You can even book a consultation with me. So if you have music and you have ideas, but you don't know what to do with them and you need some guidance, I can also help you with that. I have books available on my website called the Pen Game Portfolio Volume 1 and 2, where I'm actually breaking all this stuff down in curriculum. You know what I'm saying? So you could check that out as well. And like I said, I'm available for consultations too. Thanks for the reflections. Not a problem, man. This is what I'm here for. I've been trying to build my channel up off of doing these types of videos for a minute. And you know, sometimes this content doesn't always get seen, but I'm always grateful for those that do catch it, and hopefully it's able to help. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. All right, y'all. I'm about to sign out. Please go ahead and share this video on any social media that you have. If you're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, especially on Threads, you know what I'm saying? Just put the link out and just let somebody know that this video exists so that they could go check it out for themselves. I appreciate y'all tuning in once again. Much love and respect. And I will be here soon with more content. Okay? All right, y'all. Peace.